Beautiful people of the internet, how are you guys doing today? Hopefully great. Welcome back to another Warframe video. We are of course going to be talking about Calavera. If you guys didn't know, this is the brand new Warframe that was just released literally yesterday. This particular video would not be possible to HDE. Shout out to them and thank you so much for sponsoring this video. As you guys know, yours truly is a official Warframe pod. Now I do apologize if my voice is a lot softer than usual, just because I don't want to yell and I've got people around me, so I just want to keep the noise down to a bare minimum. But before I continue with this video any further, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would like to support me or the channel any further, do remember to leave a like on this video. It always helps me out substantially. Spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos and streams. We also do have a Discord server, so if you guys would like to then go and be ahead of the curve, go and join the Discord server. There will be a link down in the description, as this is the place to go and be. What are you guys waiting for? Go and join the server. We also do some giveaways out there, here and there. Of course, they are sponsored ones. We also do have a merch store, so if you would like to support yours truly during these tough times, you can do so by taking a look at our merch store. There will be a link down in the description. Without further ado, let's get this video on the road, shall we? Alright, so this is the brand new frame Calavera. Unfortunately, there was no quest, but I'll have to say his artwork looks absolutely phenomenal. I've got some of the DLC armor, or the new armor that came with Goss, put on, and this is my fashion frame. Hope you guys like it. Now, one thing I do want to mention to you guys is this particular build actually requires you to have quite a few things on. We're going to be using a Archon shot, particularly the Crimson one. Yours truly got lucky enough to go and get his hands on a Tower Forged one. This one in particular gives me around more critical damage for our melee weapon. The more of these shots have, the much more big boy numbers you can then go and see. We've also replaced his fourth ability with Necros' Terrify. If you didn't know, this is practically my favorite helmet ability, just because of the fact that you can go and not only CC people but also armor strip them. Therefore you guys can just go and one shot everybody. His first ability, called Wrathful Advance, and what it does is that it'll allow you to then go and teleport to an enemy and just heavy hit them. One hit, and if you didn't know, heavy attacks do increase or double your current critical chance. Once you then go and tap somebody, you'll then be starting this timer, which will then allow you to have temporary increases in critical chance to your melee weapons. But we're only more concerned about his single-handed attack. We'll get to that in a second. Then there's recompensation, which allows you to then go and slice the enemies. Therefore you can go and increase your, basically you can go and heal yourself by either, if you hit somebody, you'll get your health back. If you miss somebody, then you'll just go and end up slashing yourself out. So always make sure that if enemies are close by when you go and use this particular ability will allow you to then go and heal yourself at will. I don't know about you guys, but I love Warframes like this. So this is a zero Forma build. As you guys can see, there isn't a single number out here, just because the fact that, well, this wouldn't be an episode of budget builds now, would it? As you guys can tell, we've used all of our slots. We're going to be focusing on strength, range, and efficiency, and neutralizing our duration. This will allow us to then go and not only be able to strip the enemy's armor, but of course hit the entire area. So we've got fleeting expertise and streamline for an increase in our efficiency, because remember, we're going to be cycling through all of these abilities, so it only makes sense for us to go and have max efficiency. Next up is we're going to be using Intensify, Power Drift, and Augur Secrets for an increase in our power strength. The more power strength we have, therefore we can go and armor strip the enemies. Remember, Terrify requires you to have 169%, nice. And of course there is the Wrathful Advance, which will then go and scale based over power strength, but 169 is just mainly for the Terrify. Next up is we're going to be using Primed Continuity. Therefore we can go and neutralize our duration, because remember, we want to have a little bit of duration. Therefore you can just go and crit everything casually if you guys want. That's mainly so we can go and just neutralize fleeting expertise, because at the cost of duration we're going to be receiving more efficiency. Next up is we're going to be using Augur Reach and Stretch for our increase in range. Therefore we can go and increase the curse linking ability. The more range you guys have, the bigger the area of effect will be. Next up is we do have Adaptation. Therefore we can just go and tank all of the damage that does come to us. Any form of damage gets thrown to it will then have a 90% damage reduction. Not the best mod in the world, doesn't give you complete invulnerability, but it always helps you out when it comes to just surviving in general. And of course, we are going to be using the Arcanes, Arcane Steadfast, and Energize just so that we can go and spam our abilities at will. And finally, we do have our aura. I like to go with Energy Siphon just because the fact that, well, I like to make sure that we do have energy in general, and because this is budget built, why not just go and opt in for the best thing. Another thing I would suggest is that if you want to like keep adaptation and just take out fleeting expertise and replace it with rage, that works too, because at the end of the day, Calavera doesn't really have shields by default until you activate his third ability, or sorry, his second ability. And if you guys do want to know, his fourth ability just basically allows you to just go and rain daggers. And also, let's not forget about our epitaph. This is just more of a primer, therefore we can hit the enemies with 10 stacks of viral. Here's the build, nothing too fancy. So we've gone with the Silver and Aegis Prime, which has innate heat. If you guys didn't know, once you strip the armor of the enemy, you'll just leave behind flesh. So what we've done is, because we're going to be getting crit anyways, what you can go and do is just either add more status chance and more base damage and much higher critical damage multiplier. Now I didn't go and add, this is not the min-max version of this build. This build can definitely go much further, but yours truly doesn't really have the time nor the facility to go and do so we just took a powerful weapon. But I do suggest you guys go and add, like, you know, heavy attack melee damage mods like Killing Blow, which give you an increase on damage when it comes to your heavy attack. Remember, because the bigger the damage will be on the initial target, you'll then be able to have a much bigger damage to go and spread to the whole area. But our mods are as follows. Sacrificial Steel for critical chance. You don't really need that. I just don't want to have an empty mod. In fact, you guys can just go and drop this right there. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I do have Sacrificial Steel just to make sure that I can go and crit, at least have red crit territory. But Killing Blow can be replaced with Sacrificial Steel. Next up is we've got Organ Shadow to increase our critical damage, and Gladiator Might to increase it even further. Therefore, we've got a 5.8 times critical damage multiplier. Condition Overload, because we are going to be dealing with some stage chance. Weeping Runes to go and increase our stage chance even further, and the same can be said for melee prowess. We are of course going to be using Berserker Fury. This particular mod isn't really needed, but once again, I didn't really have all of the heavy blow mod, so I figured that it would be a great idea if we can just have, more attack speed. Not really that needed. I recommend probably just go and add more damage. I just kind of threw it in here just because of, well, I'm OCD, what can I say? And of course, Prime Pressure Point for our base damage. Remember, base damage is very important just because of the fact that if no base damage, then you're not going to see big boy numbers. But Berserker Fury, I recommend you guys could probably go and add, like, something that gives you more damage, like Collision Force or more heat damage. That's entirely up to you guys, because remember, we are going to be dealing with innate heat, so increasing your heat is always a beneficial mod. Alright, so let me show you guys exactly how this particular build works. So we're simply just going to go and spawn in some enemies, and do remember we're going to be cycling through all of our weapons and abilities. So simply grab some energy like so. Do apologize for the stutter. So what we're going to do is we're going to start activating our curse. Therefore, you can just go and link all of them. When you do so, as you guys can see, all these guys will then go and receive the exact amount of damage. So simply, we want to then go and hit them with some prime, because remember, 10 stacks of vial is always great. Do this and then hit your first ability. As you guys can see, they're all dead. I'll do that one more time for you. And that's all because of the fact that the viral and the heat damage dealt so much damage. You can just go and one-shot an entire thing. So I'll do it real quick. Start linking them all up. You guys can spam it as much as you want. The more enemies that are linked, the more enemies you're going to go and kill. Then hit them with the 10 stacks of viral, because remember, viral does increase our overall damage. Armor strip them and then hit them with our 1. As you guys can tell, the whole area is dead. And nice thing is, we've got Arcane Steadfast, which will just allow us to go and recycle through everything, therefore allowing us to practically spam all of our abilities left, right and center. Ladies and gentlemen, I make some pretty awesome Warframe content, so if you guys like to go from 0 to hero as fast as humanly possible, do remember to go take a look at the rest of my videos. Remember to leave a like on this video. It always helps me out substantially. Spot and click the subscribe button for more Warframe videos and streams. We also do have a Discord server. There will be a link down in the description. We also do have a merch store, so if you would like to support your boy during these tough times, you can go and do so by taking a look at our merch store. There will also be another link down in the description. Make like a banana and split.